I'm Caris Kopp from FuturePrint. We are here at CCE, recording this on day 2. I'm here on the FuturePrint stand, and I'm here with Marc Graindourze from Agfa. Why don't you introduce yourself, Marc, and tell us a little bit about your role?
Okay, thank you, Caris. Welcome to be here at another show. I'm Marc Graindourze. I'm business manager for inks for Agfa. In this role, I specifically connect a lot with the OEMs that build print systems, and of course with all the enablers of printhead suppliers and so on, to make an ink work together with the application, so also meaning looking a lot to what is the end user doing in the manufacturing full process, because the ink is just part of the integration of the full solution.
Yeah. So maybe a lot of talk about kind of trends in packaging. Maybe you can give us the Agfa view on what those trends are.
Actually, when you look to trends from an ink perspective, UV was there first for a lot of plastic containers and so on, where if you formulate your ink very well, you can have a UV even food-safe ink. When you go to the more trends, like it's more using a water-based ink on a carton-based packaging. That's definitely a trend that you see on CC, of course, carton. You see it very strongly on this show. But you also see it worldwide on all inkjet shows. There's a lot of intention to print on folding carton, corrugated carton. With water-based, why? One of the biggest reasons is the recycling need. Why is there a shift from plastic to carton packaging? One of the big reasons is you can reuse in corrugated up to 18 times the same material. Okay, mixed, of course, but in the recycling is a key element.
And what about Agfa specifically? What are you doing in that space? What are you talking about here and more generally?
So when you think about Agfa in inkjet, you have to consider basically 2 approaches to the market, which are based on technology. One is a system approach, where Agfa is selling the full system, meaning the printer, the software, the ink, around it, the service. And by the acquisition of Inca during last year, which is very successful and integrated, we have in our line of sign and displaying the full top line now, including the onset where you have a full system approach and the first onsets with Agfa ink inside are on the market. So that solution approach is also happening with SpeedSet, which Matt Brooks talked yesterday about in a session, where you go water-based, Agfa in-house developed consumables, in a printer in-house developed. So solution approach. But of course in my role, where I connect with the OEMs, the external OEMs that build print systems, we do the same. With UV, with water-based, to bring a solution. We don't have the market access to the whole world. The reality is that you have a lot of engineering companies that need good chemistry. We're a chemical company of 157 years old. That chemical expertise has a lot of value, specifically in inkjet.
Absolutely, and having that expertise, and then of course bringing the ink products, the SpeedSet into the fold. It's about having that expertise across the chain as well, and being able to fully partner with those you're working with.
That's a good summary, Caris.
Thank you.
So, when you see to the future of inkjet, when you look to all kind of aspects which are important today for the end users, what do they look to? They look to the energy bill. They look to their sustainability, they look to their waste, they look to fast reaction time. And I'm very pleased to see that one of the key markets where we focused on strongly over the last 10 years is decorative printing, mainly in-house, in your home, but also in your car, and so on. There we had a very difficult year last year with the energy prices, and those industry was quite reluctant to invest, and even print shops went down a lot. We see a revival happening now. It's very good news, because that is a market where inkjet can really bring extra value for the customer. I give an example. When you buy laminate, when it's printed gravure, you have a repeat length. When you do that with inkjet, you have no limitation in your design. So inkjet is not replacing, it's bringing an extra value in a different way. But all the new designs that we see now designed by the laminate companies are inkjet only designed, not for the old printing technology.
Absolutely, and so so the future of the decorative market, in your opinion, is going to move even more towards the inkjet space.
But be careful with the speed of movement, because there is so much printing around, there's so many installed base, that you have to be realistic about how fast inkjet takes up. But it's proven. And it's growing, and it will grow further. But it's the same in packaging. When you look to the percentage of digital printed packaging, only label it's high, but not in the rest.
Obviously talking a lot here about EcoPrint, which is going to be taking place in June in Geneva. Big focus for us at the moment, and I think just from being here for a day and a half as well, we are seeing that focus on sustainability. Particularly, it's really important in packaging and in the wider print industry, and in the wider world as well. Is that something that's increasingly important to your areas of business?
Definitely, and what I'm happy with is to see that people start to have the right focus. You have to look at it in several ways. First of all, as a company, you have to be a sustainable producer, which Agfa has a long history on focusing on reducing our energy consumption, solar panels, reuse energy. We have a water treatment plant in-house. We're not dependent of the governmental. We do it in-house. So there's a lot of stuff going on to reduce our footprint so that in our production. But the next step is, of course, that our customers can be more sustainable by using our products. And that takes design from the product. That's the next level, and that's where the industry is moving on. And thirdly, Agfa is also present in products that are purely sustainable, like the Zirfon, which is a membrane for hydrogen energy. So we are also active in fields that's not inkjet, but where it's purely driven by green energy. So we are on the three levels we are active.
Fantastic.
And EcoPrint, I think it's the right moment to do it.
Fantastic. That is what we like to hear. So thank you, Marc. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Karis.